favorite girl, Tyler Nicole Taylor, TNT. If you love me, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to those of you that are new. Stay a while, why don't you just go ahead and finish watching this video, and then maybe, take a peek at some other videos a little bit later after this one though, okay? You might find that you like me. If you are new to this channel, I just want to let you know that on this channel, what I do is I discuss relationships, whether it's love, romantic type of relationships, friendships, or relationships with your family, all of that. And then, of course, the most important relationship of all is the relationship with yourself. And that's what we talk about on this channel. My goal is just to uplift everybody and just kind of really give you ideas of how to better love yourself and better love each other. You know what I'm saying? So now that you know what your girl does and what we talk about over here, let's get into today's topic. I've seen some things floating around the internet. This is where I get a lot of my inspiration, okay, about when it's real, meaning when a romantic relationship is real. It just comes to you, it just flows, and you don't have to work hard for it. And I wanted to kind of approach this in a true or false type of situation. And yes, this is all based on my opinion, but to me, that is false. And here's why. We've had our fair share of relationships from our teenage years up through our adult years. And one of the biggest struggles I feel like is trying to determine when it's real. Like, how do I know that this is the one? Well, some people like to believe that you know it's real when you ain't got to put no work into it. I think that's an oversimplified way to, I guess, describe that. And I understand why it's oversimplified, because it's really hard to describe how you know you found the one. The truth is, yes, there are a lot of things within that relationship dynamic when you have found the one that is just so much easier than other relationships that you've had before. So, for example, when your morals align, like when your beliefs and your morals align properly and you guys have the same kind of foundation, you guys have the same foundation, that makes you feel like, wow, I don't have to convince you to believe what I believe. You believe it just as much as I do. And I don't have to work so hard to get you to come to my side of things or come to my type of thinking. That's the stuff that in relationships we have a tendency to do. We have a tendency to try to change people. We have a tendency to try to get them to conform to our way of thinking. And those things can be very difficult, and it's a lot of work that goes into it if the person isn't interested already in changing those aspects about themselves that you're interested in changing in them. So when you find somebody that's either ready to change those things or they already are there, like they already believe the things you believe, yeah, it does feel like it's no work involved. But see, that's the trick though. That's the tee-hee-hee. Like, we say that, oh, it was just so much easier with this person. And that's because the beginning, like the getting together and deciding to be intentional and all those things, or whatever our goal is in the relationship, we both have that same thought process, that same idea. We've been able to communicate that to each other easily. Yeah, that part is easy. But the relationship itself is not just going to be easy for the rest of your life. Relationships in general are not easy. It's not a walk in the park. It just isn't. Let's be real. The relationship with your own self isn't always easy. So to expect ease and comfort and no growing pains out of a romantic relationship with a whole nother person is a bit unrealistic, I'll say. So my point in all of that is, no, it's not true that you won't ever have to work or you don't have to work at all. Yes, you do. Even though it was so much easier with my husband when we were in our courting process, like getting to know each other and all of that, it was easy to communicate with him. It was easy to express my intentions to him without feeling judged or without feeling like he was going to run away. It was easy for me to do all those things. And, all of our goals that we had It was easy for us to see how they aligned. But that doesn't mean we didn't have to work to keep it going. At the end of the day, someone can walk into your life and they can be everything you need them to be. And you can be everything they think they need as well, right? But if you don't nurture and put work into your relationship, that person might translate it as you losing interest. And therefore, they're going to then lose interest. I don't want people to think that, oh, it's easy. I don't have to do anything. I can just be here. You can't be a person that's on the receiving end of all of the ease and you're not reciprocating. And that takes work, is the point. That takes work. And it's going to be difficulties. It's going to be bumps, even though it was easy to get along. It was easy to get together. It's still going to be work. I just want to be very clear that just because you find someone who checks all the boxes and then you guys have that you have a bump in the road does not mean they're no longer the one. That's the message I want to drive home. Like, if that person checks all your boxes, but you're going through a season where stuff is a little rough right now, that's normal. It's normal. That doesn't mean they're all of a sudden no longer the one. It just means that this is the time where you now have to put in the work. You know, the universe made it so easy for y'all to get along and get together before and get to know each other. Now that you know each other, you have to take that information that you have and take that empathy that you have and figure out how to work through the tough season. But in order to keep that connection, you do have to put work into it. And that's just all I'm really trying to say. Being in a relationship with someone is a choice every single day. And when you get engaged, when you get married, you have to choose to be with that person and to love that person every single day, even when they're making it hard or even when you're making it hard on them. You gotta choose them every day, and that takes work, baby, no matter how easy it is in the beginning. So, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it was quick enough for you guys because, like, I can really do the most. Sorry about that. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like down below in the comment section. Let's talk this out. Let's chat about it. Who knows, our conversation might really help some people out. So let's do that. Let's build. Okay, let's build. Anyways, if you like me and you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It's free, boo. Like, it costs you nothing. Okay? But it means everything to me if you do.